Hello everyone, it's Kathy. How's everyone doing? Thank you so much for joining me today. If you're new, I appreciate you stopping by, and if you have been here before and we're friends, I appreciate that too. Today I'm going to do something which I've never really thought about doing, but I saw it kind of real quickly in a clip on TV, and I said, oh, well, I'll give that a try. We'll see. And basically what it is, as you can probably guess, we got our bowls and we've got an onion and we've got tomato and avocado. So we're making, yes, guacamole. I'm going to move you back just a little bit. I think you'll be able to see better. A little more. Yes. So, the brand of salsa you use doesn't matter. This particular one is from Sam's. No, it isn't either. It's from BJ's. Organic medium salsa. When I get salsa, I don't buy, I like either mild or medium. I don't go with anything that's spicier than that. So you just pour some in the bowl. However much you want. This is great for last minute company or company that you didn't even know was going to show up and you need something really quick. I think this is going to be great. Now the first thing we're going to do after we got our salsa poured, we're going to take our avocado and get that ready.
Want to go for a walk?
I just took it out of the refrigerator, so it's not, I should have taken it out earlier. It's not that easy to deal with, but it'll be fine because it's very ripe. Now, get the pit out. Got our bowl. Take the avocado out and put it in the bowl. Yeah, this is really ripe. And I'm going to mix it up and see whether I'm going to want one or two. I'm not quite sure. These are kind of medium size avocados. We're getting some great weather, finally. Well, at least yesterday and today. Yesterday was 65 degrees. And I think it's supposed to measure up to that about today too. So then you just mash up your avocado. I'm just starting to drive after my knee surgery. Obviously you can tell I haven't had a haircut, but I do have an appointment for that. And my daughter doesn't like the idea that I'm driving because she didn't specifically hear it from the doctor that say yes, but I was told between 4 and 6 weeks, and 4 weeks if you have it done in your left knee. If you have your right knee done, to be on the safe side, it should be 6 weeks. Now, I don't have a job that I have to go to, so I'm able to wait and do what needs to be done, and I'm using my own judgment. I've been out a couple of times very recently, and yesterday I was going to go out and my daughter said, no, where do you need to go? Now, I'm telling you this because she doesn't watch. And I said, told her where I was going, and she said, you've already been out, haven't you? And I said, why? And she said, I can tell. And she's looking at the car. So I said, what did you do, mark the tires? And she said, no, but I can tell how far you backed it up, and you backed it up further than you usually do. So I was telling my son last night, we talk on the Echo at night, and he said, well, she is the warden. So it's 6 weeks tomorrow. So you gotta do what you gotta do, right? Okay, so that's gonna be one avocado. And then I'm gonna take a Roma tomato. You could use what you want. This is what I happen to have. And I like Roma tomatoes because I like the way they cut. I like that they don't get mushy. Just take a little piece off the bottom so I can lay it flat. And when you lay it flat, you don't have to worry about it slipping and sliding around. And Roma tomatoes also, for the most part, don't quote me, but they're less expensive. Definitely less expensive than the large or anything that's organic. So I'm going to, it's a little tiny edge on the back, and I'm going to cut that off. And then I'm just going to cut it in small cubes. And we'll see. I have 2 tomatoes, but we'll see if one is enough. This is, I don't call this copycat because it really isn't copycat. I like to refer to things that you change, that you're obviously making better. So I like to say that they're more elevated. You're elevating what you're designing, and that's basically what you are doing. A couple more slices and then I'll be done. And we'll put this in the bowl with the salsa. And the salsa, of course, already has some tomato and onion and green pepper and spices in it, but let's see, gluten-free, thick and chunky, organic salsa, and then it has 1,000 ingredients. Tomato juice, tomato puree, the usual that you find in salsa. Said this is the BJ's brand, but I'm sure that other brands aren't too far off. This is your salsa without. And then I'm going to add chopped tomatoes. Now my next step is onion. I'm not going to put quite so much onion in. I'll probably put like let's make it 1/3. And also this freshens up what's in the jar. You know, the jar may be a week old or 2 weeks old, which doesn't make it that there's anything wrong with it, but now you have fresh ingredients added with the guacamole, or with the avocado, your onion, and your tomatoes. And we're going to try and cut them pretty small too, because I, for one, I don't know if anybody else, doesn't like huge chunks of onion. Yeah, I can't wait to get out this afternoon. I gotta do, there's a lot, like everybody's yard that needs to be done this time of the year. Before you have to start pulling weeds, you cut things back that you didn't cut back before. And do some raking, and you know, there's leaves in everybody's garden somewhere or another. Okay. Now that's the onions and the tomatoes. Now if you don't want to put any more onions in it, you don't have to. It's yours. Make it your own. And then we're going to put our mashed avocado in. And then I'll decide whether we need the second avocado. We use probably half a jar of the salsa. Stir and mix and get that avocado in there equally pushed around. Now I am going to test. Good thing I'm doing this today because maybe tomorrow won't be in. We love these. These are from Sam's and they're called Cafe Style Mexican Cantina. Something on the border. It's made with sea salt and no artificial colors or flavors. It comes in a big tall bag. It's like maybe $7. And then of course when this sits a bit, it's going to enhance the flavors more also. Now we'll give it a try. I think I'll put the other avocado in. Obviously you can taste the onions and the tomato and the seasoning, but they're kind of overpowering the avocado. So let's see what we got here. Twist. Avocado it's very high in fat, but it's good fat. So avocados, as most everybody knows, are really very good for you. To me anyway, they don't have a lot of flavor. They take on the flavor of whatever it is you're doing with them. My daughter loves them. We have them in the house all the time. She will just cut them up and mix them through with no spices or anything and just eat them with chips or rice or whatever she has on her plate. She just loves them that much. Okay, this one I didn't cut up quite as much, but that's fine. That way you know it's in there anyway. Okay. Now we'll mix this one through. Oh yeah, you're going to know there's avocado in it now. Not a tremendous difference, but you can tell there's plenty of avocado in there. And this will go a long way. So if you do have company, as long as you have the chips or the nachos or whatever it is you prefer to use, you're good to go. And if you don't, you just run down to the deli or the market if you're close enough, and that's all you need is the chips. Okay, let's try it one more time. Great. Very good. I'm glad I did this. And this is a pretty heavy bowl. Like I said, it'll last a while. So, I'm going to close. I'm going to say I hope everything's going well with you. Thank everybody again for all their well wishes for me. It was a tough time, but I'm back on my feet now. And, you know, when you can't walk around and you're in a lot of pain, you lose control of your life. Now I'm getting it back. And that's what everybody should have. Well, thanks again. Please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I hope to get back to you real soon. Be kind to one another. It doesn't cost anything. Bye now. I'm on my way after I clean up the kitchen.